so good to be back. If you had a break for the holidays, I hope you're well rested and full of love. My break was full of family, friends, food, and swimming, and I'm refreshed and keen to get back into the container home build. I left you off at the end of 2024 with building my wraparound deck that's going to double the size of my container house. And I had just got in 10 ground screws after weeks of trouble with my soil because it's rock hard clay. So I had to come up with some interesting methods to get the ground screws in. And now it's time to get the rest of the ground screws in so I can move on to welding together the steel frame for my wraparound deck. The first step to installing ground screws in hard clay soil is to pre-drill the holes. I'm using not one, not two, but 3 different size masonry drill bits to work my way up to using this tiny auger bit that I had to modify an extension onto to make it the right size for the depth of the ground screws. So I'm going around now and using the masonry drill bits to drill out 30 holes for my ground screws. I've already installed 10 ground screws, so I'll have 40 in total for the posts for my wraparound deck. In peak Aussie summer, this is one sweaty job, so the goal of today is to slip, slop, slap, and stay hydrated. With all the holes pre-drilled, it's time for step 2 and 3, which is using my tiny modified auger bit to make the holes wider and then hand screwing the ground screws in. The goal today is to get in as many ground screws as possible. I've got in 10, I've got 30 more to go. Let's do it. "14 ground screws in." Woo! Wow, I'm feeling so bloody good now. I've got most of them in. There's 8 more that I need to drill the holes a bit more deeper for, because they can go in most of the way, but the auger's not going in the full way. It's still like 10 centimeters short or something. Go back with the masonry drill bit, drill those out more. But I've also realized that I'm actually 4 ground screws short, which really sucks, because we all know how far the shop is from me. That means I'm gonna have to wait for those ones. which sucks. It was going to be a pretty good feeling getting them all in today, but oh well. It's crazy that it like took so long to drill all these holes, make auger attachments, all of that. And then as soon as I did, they've just gone in so fast within the space of a day or two. So it was all worth it. All the hard work did pay off. Oh, it's a big day today. Okay, so I've just gone along and I've used the masonry drill bit to drill those last 8 holes that weren't drilled enough. And then I've gone along with the auger bit and drilled them out so that the ground screw can fit into it as well. So now I'm ready to put my 4 last ground screws in that I've got, and then I'm going to have to head to the shop tomorrow and get some more. And that's a wrap for today. I need to get 4 more ground screws. I'm just going to run my string lines before I finish up, so then that way I can get my measurements for all the steel that I need to cut as well for the posts, and then I can move on to start making the frame for the deck. Good morning. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the weather today because yesterday was 40 degrees. I actually had to take the animals somewhere because it was too hot here. And now this morning it's cloudy and overcast and it's only about 21 degrees, I think, which is insane. So, plan of attack today is to get my string lines up. I still don't have those 4 ground screws because of the temperature yesterday and everything. I was trying to head somewhere that was a lot cooler. They don't have any big hardware stores either, so I wasn't able to get any ground screws. I also had all the animals in the car, so I wasn't able to get any ground screws yesterday, so I still need to get those. So I still got those 4 to go, but otherwise I'm done with the ground screws. So the plan is I'm going to run all the string lines today, and then that way I can get my measurements for all my posts. Because there's such a significant slope on the property, all the posts will be different sizes. The whole ground is just hilly and different in all the areas. I have to find 36 measurements today, and then I can start cutting some steel. So I've got all my string lines up and in position. That means I can go along now and work out the measurements for my posts. They're going to be sitting vertically in the ground screws. So the posts need to be level with my house footings. So I'm just going to go along with my T now and pop it in all the ground screws, make sure it's level and see what the measurements are, and then I will write them on the ground screw so that I can match them up at the end and I don't walk around going, oh no, which one's where? have finished measuring and I have all my little measurements here, except for the ones that still need to go in, the ground screws, all that need to be twisted a little bit more. So that is it. I need to go cut these now. So I'm gonna go set up the cold cut saw. Sometimes it is the silliest little things that, well, you're stuck, that wreck and destroy my entire day. Because I was going really well today. The focus of today was to cut off these posts and get them all cut to size, start getting them in their ground screws. I've closed the metal cut-off saw for the first time to store it properly, so as in this thing down. So there's a little button over this side here, and you're meant to basically push it and it, you know, locks it, and you push it again and it comes out and unlocks it. It is not doing that. I have been here for an hour and a half trying to do everything I can to open it. Now that that dilemma's sorted, let's get on to sawing. I want to get lots cut today. I want to get them in their little ground screws and see how they look. Three down, only 37 more to go. It's finally knock-off time for the day. That was a long one, mostly because I spent hours messing around with that bloody saw, but I do need to get another blade. So I have 12 posts left to cut. 4 of those I don't have the ground screws for yet, so I don't have the measurements for. But now I also need to get another cutting blade. So I'll grab a cutting blade tomorrow, some ground screws, and then I can come back to the homestead and get these posts in. But now it's time to gather all the troops, grab a beer, and knock off for the day. I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay, well, okay, take it. There's Boss Lady. Hi, Boss Lady. How are you? You got to tell everybody this week. Now I need to have a bath now. You guys ready for knockoffs? What do you reckon? Go throw some sticks, have some baths, water the plants. Sound good? Look at this little sassy girl, doing what she wants when she wants. Hey, boss lady. Cheers. We'll see you next week. Bye.